Here are Grandma's 42 salt life hacks you didn't know worked. Prevent pancakes from sticking in the pan. Salt is a surprising ally for stick-free pancakes. Before heating your pan, sprinkle a light layer of salt across its surface. Let the salt heat up for a minute, then wipe it away with a dry cloth or paper towel. This process absorbs moisture and creates a smoother surface for cooking. Add your batter as usual and enjoy effortlessly flipping perfect pancakes. This simple food hack by Grandma ensures evenly cooked pancakes with no sticking or tearing. Clean a sticky or nasty residue on an iron. Residue buildup on an iron can ruin your clothes. Salt works as a gentle abrasive to clean the surface without causing scratches. Sprinkle a layer of salt on a piece of wax paper and heat the iron to a medium setting. Glide the iron over the salt in small, circular motions. The sticky residue will adhere to the salt, leaving the iron smooth and clean. Wipe it with a damp cloth afterward for a polished finish. Restores scorched pans. Stuck-on scorches in pans can seem impossible to remove, but salt makes it manageable. Grandma said that its natural abrasiveness lifts tough stains while being safe for most surfaces. Cover the scorched area with a thick layer of salt and add a little warm water to create a paste. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, then scrub with a sponge. Rinse thoroughly to reveal a clean pan. This hack extends the life of your cookware. Clean up a dropped egg. Cleaning up a broken egg doesn't have to be a slippery mess. Salt absorbs the liquid, making it easier to scoop. Generously sprinkle salt over the egg and wait a couple of minutes for it to solidify. Once it's firm, scoop or wipe it up with paper towels. Finish by wiping the surface with a damp cloth. This trick saves time and eliminates the frustration of a slimy cleanup. Reduce slime on fish before cooking. Fish can feel slimy, but salt helps reduce this texture while improving flavor. Sprinkle salt generously over the fish skin or fillet, rubbing gently to distribute. Let it sit for a few minutes to draw out excess moisture. Rinse under cold water and pat dry before cooking. This process not only firms up the fish, but also minimizes odors. Use it before frying, grilling, or baking for a cleaner, tastier result. Put out a grease fire. Did you know that using salt can be an effective and safe way to extinguish grease fires? Its dense granules smother flames by cutting off their oxygen supply. If a grease fire occurs, quickly pour a generous amount of salt over the flames to extinguish them. Never use water, as it can cause the fire to spread. Keep a box of salt nearby in the kitchen for emergencies. This simple precaution can prevent dangerous flare-ups and keep your cooking space safe. Encase fish in a salt crust for baking. Salt crust baking locks in moisture and enhances the natural flavor of fish. The salt creates a protective barrier, steaming the fish in its own juices. Mix coarse salt with a small amount of water until it forms a damp, sand-like texture. Spread a layer of the mixture on a baking sheet. Place the fish on top and cover it completely with more salt. After baking, crack the crust to reveal perfectly cooked, tender fish. Remove hard-to-clean bathtub stains. Stubborn bathtub stains are no match for salt. Its natural abrasiveness breaks down grime without scratching surfaces. Mix salt with vinegar or lemon juice to form a paste, then apply it to the stained area. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before scrubbing with a sponge or brush. Rinse thoroughly to reveal a sparkling, clean tub. This eco-friendly cleaning hack is great for removing soap scum and restoring shine. Test egg for freshness. Are you wondering if your eggs are still good? Salt water can help. Fill a bowl with water and stir in 2 tablespoons of salt. Gently place the egg in the water. Fresh eggs will sink, while older ones will float due to increased air pockets inside the shell. Discard any floating eggs to avoid spoilage. This quick trick ensures your eggs are safe to use in cooking or baking. Clean a rusty knife. Rusty knives can be restored with a salt and lemon solution. Salt acts as a gentle abrasive, while lemon juice dissolves rust. Sprinkle salt onto the rusty area, then squeeze lemon juice over it to form a paste. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before scrubbing with a soft cloth or sponge. Rinse and dry the knife thoroughly. This method is simple, effective, and preserves the blade without harsh chemicals. Dry wet boots faster. Wet boots can be dried quickly using salt. Salt absorbs moisture effectively, speeding up the drying process. Fill an old sock or cloth bag with coarse salt and place it inside the wet boots. Leave it overnight to soak up the dampness. For extremely wet boots, replace the salt as needed. This hack also helps prevent unpleasant odors from forming. It's a simple, eco-friendly solution for keeping your footwear dry and fresh. Deter spiders. Salt can act as a natural spider deterrent. Its abrasive texture irritates spiders and discourages them from entering your home. Mix salt with water to create a solution and spray it along windowsills, door frames, and other entry points. Alternatively, sprinkle dry salt in dark corners or areas prone to spider webs. This method is safe for children and pets while keeping unwanted critters away. Regular application ensures long-lasting results. Deodorize cutting board. A salted cutting board can eliminate lingering odors like garlic or onion. Salt's abrasive nature also helps remove stuck-on food particles. Sprinkle coarse salt over the board, then scrub it with a lemon half to release natural oils that enhance the cleaning power. Rinse with warm water and let it air dry. This easy hack not only deodorizes but also sanitizes your board, leaving it fresh for your next use. Remove wine stains. Wine stains can be lifted using salt's absorbent properties. The salt draws out liquid from fabric or carpet before it sets. Cover the stain with a generous layer of salt and let it sit for 15 minutes to absorb the wine. Gently dab with a damp cloth to lift the salt and stain residue. Rinse or launder as needed. This trick works best on fresh stains and minimizes the chance of permanent discoloration. Reduce coffee bitterness. A pinch of salt in coffee can mellow its bitterness, and Grandma always puts it in her coffee, especially when it's too bitter. Salt counteracts acidic compounds, creating a smoother, more balanced flavor. Add a small pinch of salt directly to your coffee grounds before brewing, or stir it into a cup of overly bitter coffee. This hack is especially helpful for dark roasts or strong brews. The result is a less harsh, more enjoyable coffee experience that's easy to customize to your taste. Freshen sponges. Sponges can trap odors and bacteria over time. Salt helps by acting as a natural disinfectant and deodorizer. Dissolve half a cup of salt in warm water and soak the sponge overnight. The salt kills germs while drawing out unpleasant odors. Rinse the sponge thoroughly in the morning and let it air dry. This simple process keeps your sponge fresher for longer. Make this a weekly habit to extend the life of your cleaning tools. Repel ants. Ants rely on scent trails to find their way, and salt disrupts these paths. Sprinkle a thin line of salt along doorways, windowsills, and cracks where ants might enter. The texture and scent repel them, creating a barrier. For a stronger deterrent, mix salt with warm water and spray it in areas prone to infestations. This eco-friendly method is safe for homes with kids or pets. Reapply weekly to maintain an ant-free space. Deodorize shoes. Salt naturally absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors, making it perfect for smelly shoes. Sprinkle a few tablespoons of salt into each shoe and leave it overnight to work its magic. The salt draws out moisture and eliminates bad smells. Shake out the salt in the morning and wipe the shoes clean. This trick is especially effective for sneakers and gym shoes. Use it regularly to keep your footwear fresh and odor-free. Prevent cheese mold. Mold on cheese can be avoided by using salt to control moisture levels. Soak a clean cloth in a light saltwater solution and wrap it around your cheese before placing it in the fridge. The salt inhibits bacterial growth, preserving the cheese's flavor and texture. Replace the cloth every 3 days to ensure freshness. This method works best for hard cheeses like Parmesan or Gouda, keeping them fresher for longer without added preservatives. Stop pots from boiling over. Salt can stop pots from boiling over, saving you from messy stovetops. When foam starts to rise, sprinkle a pinch of salt around the edge of the pot. The salt breaks down surface tension, calming the bubbles instantly. This works well for pasta, soups, or rice. Use this trick when multitasking in the kitchen to prevent spills. It's an easy and effective way to keep cooking under control. Soothe bee stings. According to Grandma, salt helps soothe bee stings by reducing swelling and neutralizing irritants. Its natural drawing properties remove toxins from the sting site. Mix salt with a small amount of water to create a paste, then apply it directly to the sting. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes before rinsing with cool water. The salt eases pain and minimizes redness. Keep this remedy in mind for outdoor adventures or backyard mishaps. Scrub stained mugs. Stains in mugs are no match for salt's abrasive power. The gritty texture effectively removes coffee or tea marks without damaging the mug. Sprinkle salt into the mug, focusing on the stained areas, and scrub with a damp sponge. For stubborn spots, add a dash of lemon juice for extra cleaning strength. Rinse thoroughly when done. This trick is quick, eco-friendly, and keeps your favorite mugs looking as good as new. Extend milk's freshness. Milk stays fresher longer with a simple pinch of salt. Salt slows the growth of bacteria, delaying spoilage. After opening a carton of milk, add a pinch of salt and gently stir or shake it to distribute evenly. Store it in the refrigerator's coldest area for optimal freshness. This method is especially helpful when you have excess milk or want to avoid unnecessary waste. It's a small addition that prolongs freshness significantly. Soothe sore throats. A sore throat can feel better with a saltwater gargle. Salt works by reducing swelling and creating a hostile environment for bacteria. Mix half a teaspoon of salt into a glass of warm water and gargle for 30 seconds, spitting it out after each gargle. Repeat up to 3 times daily as needed. This age-old remedy by Grandma provides soothing relief while promoting faster healing. It's a simple solution that's easy to prepare at home. Stop fruit browning. Salt water prevents fruit like apples and pears from browning. It works by inhibiting oxidation, which is responsible for the discoloration. Mix 1 teaspoon of salt into a bowl of cold water, then soak the fruit slices for a few minutes. Rinse lightly with clean water before serving to remove any excess salt. This technique keeps fruit platters fresh and visually appealing for hours. It's a handy trick for lunches or party trays. Reduce eye puffiness. Salt water can help reduce puffiness around the eyes by drawing out excess fluids. Dissolve half a teaspoon of salt in a cup of warm water and soak 2 cotton pads in the solution. Gently press the pads onto your closed eyelids and leave them there for 10 minutes. The warmth improves circulation, while the salt helps reduce swelling. This quick remedy refreshes your appearance and soothes tired eyes after a long day or poor sleep. Preserve eggs. Salt extends the shelf life of eggs by creating an inhospitable environment for bacteria. To preserve raw eggs, mix a generous amount of salt into a container of water and submerge the eggs completely. Store the container in a cool, dry place or the refrigerator. The salt water acts as a natural preservative, keeping the eggs fresh for weeks. It's a reliable method for maintaining freshness, especially when buying eggs in bulk. Remove hard water stains from faucets. Hard water stains can be easily removed with salt's abrasive power. Combine equal parts salt and vinegar to create a paste. Then apply it to the stained areas with a cloth or sponge. Let it sit for 10 minutes before scrubbing gently and rinsing with warm water. The salt lifts mineral buildup while the vinegar dissolves it. This hack restores your faucet's shine without harsh chemicals, leaving them spotless and gleaming. Whiten teeth. Salt can be used as a natural teeth whitener due to its abrasive texture and ability to remove surface stains. Mix a small amount of salt with baking soda to create a paste. Then gently brush your teeth with it using a soft toothbrush. Rinse thoroughly afterward. Use this method once or twice a week to maintain bright, clean teeth. This cost-effective hack is a simple alternative to commercial whitening products. Preserve fish. Salt has been used for centuries to preserve fish by drawing out moisture and preventing bacterial growth. Cover the fish with a generous layer of salt, ensuring it's evenly coated, and store it in a cool, dry place. Afterward, rinse the fish thoroughly before cooking to remove the excess salt. This method is particularly useful for extending the shelf life of fresh catches or preparing fish for long-term storage. Clear acne. Salt is a powerful ally for acne-prone skin due to its antibacterial and exfoliating properties. Mix 1 teaspoon of salt with warm water and apply it to blemishes using a cotton pad. Let it sit for 10 minutes before rinsing off with cool water. The solution works to reduce redness, clean pores, and dry out excess oil. For optimal results, use this treatment a few times a week. Pair it with a gentle moisturizer to maintain balanced skin hydration. Tenderize meat. Tenderizing meat with salt is a straightforward way to enhance texture and flavor. Generously sprinkle salt over the meat, making sure to coat it evenly. Let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour to break down tough muscle fibers, then rinse and pat dry. This process results in a juicier, softer bite, especially for tougher cuts. Try it before grilling or roasting for deliciously tender meals that impress your guests. Fix sour milk smell in containers. Salt can neutralize sour milk odors trapped in containers. Sprinkle a couple of teaspoons into the container, add warm water, and scrub thoroughly with a sponge. The salt's deodorizing properties break down the lingering smell effectively. Rinse well and let the container air dry completely. This hack works wonders for baby bottles, thermoses, or milk jugs. Keep this simple trick handy to save your kitchenware from stubborn odors. Remove onion breath. Neutralizing onion breath is easy with a saltwater rinse. Combine half a teaspoon of salt with warm water and gargle the solution for 30 seconds. The salt binds to sulfur compounds, which are responsible for onion odor, and eliminates them. Finish with a quick rinse of plain water to freshen your mouth further. This quick fix leaves your breath clean and ready for conversations after a flavorful meal. Relieve poison ivy itch. Salt helps soothe the relentless itching of poison ivy. Mix a tablespoon of salt with a bit of water to form a paste and apply it directly to the affected area. Let it dry completely before rinsing gently with cool water. This treatment reduces irritation and helps dry out the rash. It's a natural, no-fuss remedy to ease discomfort while speeding up recovery. Use it as needed during outdoor adventures. Disinfect wounds. Salt water is a natural antiseptic that can clean minor wounds and prevent infection. Dissolve a teaspoon of salt in a cup of warm water to create a saline solution. Gently rinse the wound with the mixture, ensuring it reaches all affected areas. The salt helps to remove dirt and bacteria while promoting healing. Dry the area carefully before applying a bandage. Keep this quick remedy in mind for scrapes and cuts during outdoor activities. Stop bacon splatter. Salt can reduce bacon grease splatter, keeping your stovetop cleaner and safer. Sprinkle a small pinch of salt into the frying pan before adding the bacon. As the bacon cooks, the salt absorbs moisture, which minimizes the sizzling and popping. This trick works especially well for thicker cuts of bacon. It's a simple way to enjoy perfectly crispy bacon without the mess. Cleanup becomes much easier with this easy-to-use tip. Deter fruit flies. Fruit flies are drawn to ripe fruit, but salt can help keep them at bay. Sprinkle salt around the edges of your fruit bowl or on the counter near problem areas. The salt irritates the flies and discourages them from settling. For added effectiveness, pair this with a solid bowl of vinegar nearby to trap any lingering flies. This eco-friendly method keeps your kitchen fruit fly-free without the use of chemicals. Clear minor clogs in drains. Salt is an effective solution for clearing minor clogs in kitchen or bathroom drains. Pour half a cup of salt into the drain, followed by boiling water. Let it sit for a few minutes before flushing it with more hot water. The combination breaks up grease and buildup, allowing the water to flow freely again. It's a cost-effective alternative to harsh drain cleaners and works wonders for slow-draining sinks. Brighten yellowed linens. Did you know that you can restore yellowed linens to their original brightness with salt? Mix half a cup of salt with a gallon of hot water and soak the linens for an hour. The salt works as a natural bleaching agent, removing discoloration without damaging the fabric. After soaking, wash the linens as usual and let them air dry in the sun for an extra brightening boost. This method is safe, gentle, and brings a fresh look to your linens. Use as deodorant. Salt is a natural alternative to commercial deodorants, effectively neutralizing odor-causing bacteria. Mix a teaspoon of salt with warm water to create a solution, then dab it onto your underarms with a clean cloth or cotton pad. Allow it to air dry for the best results. So salt's antibacterial properties combat bacteria while keeping your skin fresh. Use this hack for a chemical-free option, especially on hot days or during light activities. Soothe tired feet. After a long day, salt water can rejuvenate achy, tired feet. Grandma said that the salt helps reduce swelling and promotes circulation, offering instant relief. Dissolve half a cup of salt in a basin of warm water and soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. The warmth relaxes muscles while the salt soothes and refreshes the skin. Pat your feet dry and follow with a moisturizer for added softness. This easy remedy is perfect for unwinding at the end of a busy day. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.